And now, we go live to the surface of Mars, where noted conspiracy theorist Dada Brinks will be debating with Professor Kepler on the issue of warp speed safety. Professor Kepler is a leader famed throughout the galaxy for her outstanding research and project management skills, as well as her highly effective communication. But will that be enough to sway the opinion of the leader of the Anti-Warp Corp?
Thank you very much. So tell me, Dada Brinks, why do you think warp travel is dangerous?
Well, Professor, it seems extremely evident to me. So far, everyone who claims that warp travel is safe works for one of the companies that has invented it.
And you think this is suspicious?
Of course, they have a vested interest.
But so far, all the individuals who've tested the technology have been volunteers.
But we don't know that for sure, do we? They could easily be actors being paid by the corporations to pretend that warp speed is safe. There are lots of people who would happily pretend to have travelled at warp speed if it means that they get a bribe.
But you do know that every time a test flight was recorded, the public had access to a live video stream for the whole time.
That can all be staged. Those are just actors in live simulations, while the real pilots are being boiled alive in hyperspace. I read about it in the Daily Moon. When you travel at warp speed, your body gets so hot that your cell walls start to melt and you emerge looking like a bowl of porridge.
Where did the data for this claim come from?
It's all in the paper. A series of experiments conducted by the author, he's not a scientist, but I trust him, found that when you travel at warp speed, you get so hot that porridge is the result. And I like porridge as much as the next man, but I do not want to be porridge.
Did the author describe the experiment more thoroughly? Procedure, equipment, hypothesis, that sort of thing?
Of course not. Why would they? Ordinary people can't understand scientific data like that.
Well, this kind of information is crucial in assessing the viability of any scientific experiment. In order for something to be accepted as scientific fact, the person who made the experiment has to describe every procedural step they made. This is what the people who declared warp speed safe have already done.
But the problem is, they're the ones who created it.
They did come out with this information themselves, but afterwards it gets proofread and fact-checked by scientists like myself.
And how do we know that you haven't been paid to say that warp speed is safe?
I wish I was paid, but to remain unbiased, I'm not given any money at all. We conduct our own research into the situation. Your statement about cell walls deteriorating is a myth. The human body temperature does rise, but only by about 0.01 Kelvin, which is about as much as when you eat a Mars bar.
That doesn't sound like something that should turn you into porridge.
Can I ask you something more about the article?
Be my guest.
Does it actually have a name on it? Has someone claimed this work?
No, it was published anonymously, but why should that matter?
Authors who don't put their name on things usually have something to hide. Did you know that the Daily Moon are investing in the neighbouring galaxy's warp speed travel? If people thought that our version was unsafe, they might flock towards the other version. It would be very good for them monetarily.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that would give them quite a competitive advantage. Maybe the Daily Moon isn't as reliable as I thought it was.
I suggest you go and make sure the source you're basing your claim on is legitimate.
Yeah, maybe warp speed travel isn't so dangerous after all.